Hello everyone, we are from Group 12 and we would like to explain about the UN humanitarian intervention in Yemen crisis and its lesson. In this video we have three parts. First, in introduction, the Yemen humanitarian crisis remains the worst world's humanitarian crisis, which more than 3.6 million people has flee from their homes. It is approximately 80% of its populations. And the crisis created the starvation, lack of access to clean and safe water, food security, sanitation, and also create some illness like diphtheria and cholera. This situation is getting worse due to the conflict that occurred in Yemen, and more than 2.4 million people are in dire need humanitarian assistance. By this situation, the United Nations sent their humanitarian assistance to fulfill the basic human need for the Yemen and the refugee in there. Then, moving on to the background, according to the United Nations, Yemen is facing the worst case of humanitarian crisis in the world due to the war that occurred in there. It brings the Yemenis into the crisis which they are facing. They are facing some humanitarian problems like food security, lack of access for clean and safe water, sanitation, inadequate healthcare, and also many people and children are infected by the illness such as diphtheria and cholera. The conflict has its root when the political transition occurred in Yemen, and it's supposed to bring the stability in Yemen following an Arab Spring. And also the authoritarian president Ali Abdullah Saleh to hand over the deputy of Abdrabuh Mansur Hadi in 2011. The United Nations said that more than 7,600 people have been killed and 42,000 people have injured during this conflict, and most of them are civilians. So this numerous of casualties because of the attacking and bombing from the war, and it led the United Nations send their humanitarian assistance to help the Yemen during the crisis. And the United Nations have several programs to handle the humanitarian crisis in Yemen.
Hello everyone, my name is Leonardo Arif Yasmin and I'm going to explain the UN intervention programs in Yemen and their results. So first, the UN's World Food Program, or WFP, each month they distribute 100,000 metric tons of food commodities at more than 5,000 points, reaching more than 8 million Yemenis. And second one is the World Health Organization, or WHO, and UN's Children Fund, or UNICEF, have reached more than 300,000 people with cholera vaccines in Yemen. So they distribute vaccines to the Yemenis. And then the third one is the UN Population Fund, or UNFPA, provided sexual and reproductive health services to 250,000 girls and women. And then the fourth one is the UN Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, or OCHA. They work close with the local government and humanitarian partners at all levels to enhance coordination of humanitarian aid that they will distribute to all Yemenis that needs them. And then the fifth one, UNHCR, they deliver food, nutrition programs, and cash assistance to displaced families. UNHCR also provides shelter kits and household items such as mattresses, blankets, sleeping mats, and kitchen sets to help vulnerable families repair damaged homes and refurbish settlements. And then the last one, the UNSC, or United Nations Security Council, they help Yemen on finding peaceful solutions. Well, more precisely, the Yemen government and the opposition. The United Nations provided support for the negotiations between the government and opposition to ensure the full and effective implementation of Security Council resolutions of 2014 and 2051, together with the political transition agreed in November 2011 under the GCC, or Gulf Coordination Council, and its implementation mechanism. The Secretary General established the Office of the Special Envoy to the Secretary General on Yemen. Since the establishment of the Office of the Special Envoy in 2012, the United Nations has provided support for the Yemeni-led political transition process and has promoted inclusive participation, including of previously marginalized groups such as women, youth, and Houthis, and also southern Iraq. With the support and facilitation provided by the United Nations, Yemenis concluded a national dialogue conference in January 2014, which brought together 565 delegates from all the regions and political groupings of Yemen. The outcome document of the National Dialogue Conference established the foundation for a new federal democratic Yemen with the support for good governance and the rule of law and human rights. And then I'm also going to explain on whether or not the UN intervention program was successful or not. In terms of whether if the program was successful in Yemen, we can gladly say that it is successful to a certain extent. Now, even though UN had done all these great things to Yemen, and it still doesn't affect all of Yemenis due to most of them are hard to reach for UN humanitarian logistics, or the situation in certain area are still unsafe for passage. So they have delivered food and shelters for all the displaced families of the Yemen refugees, but the opposition and the government are still fighting against each other, even though the UNSC has provided support and also negotiations to help them finding peaceful solutions instead of fighting. So yes, and even though they have done all these great things, it is still not enough to measure whether if the program was successful or not. Thank you.
So my name is Faisal. So I'm here to continue the presentation on UN intervention in Africa and its IPS lesson in Yemen. So we proceed to the next section, which is lesson for future intervention. So there are 5 key points that we can learn from this event. First is the use of twinning approaches for health and nutrition services in Yemen contributed to the improved appropriateness and greater coverage, especially with respect to reaching out to mothers and children, the most vulnerable groups in complex emergencies, and eventually help to achieve resources optimization. So second, the diversified partnerships, particularly with government entities such as local water corporations, LML Bank, and Yemen Petroleum, facilitated immediate upskilling, achieving cost efficiencies, and syncing well with the integration of recovery principles. And third, the confliction arrangements for UNICEF Yemen's staff movement, programmed activities, and assets played a significant role in making the UNICEF Yemen operations safe and secure. The fourth, the establishment of an SNL hub in Djibouti at a safe and accessible point has worked well and paid back heavily in ensuring uninterrupted supplies to Yemen. And the fifth, deployment from IRP and search rosters emerged as one of the key challenges in family availability of experts or capacities other than visa and sealing. For deployment of international staff in country, challenges the bureaucratic process requiring approvals at varied levels, constrain immediate deployment. This is despite the fact that SSOPs were already invoked. And then last conclusions. The outcomes on CCC's consistence recommend empowering levels of consistence and adherence to separate guidelines and benchmarks. The exhibition is generally comparative or equivalent for both readiness and reaction level gauge. Such an elevated level of consistency by UNICEF, Yemen associates as examined in applicable segments during a liquid security circumstance in Yemen is for sure calculable. By and large, based on discoveries of this assessment, it might be opined that the compassionate help gave through 2015 was generally proper, and UNICEF managed to draw nearer to the ideal degree of inclusion. The powerlessness to do post-catastrophe needs evaluation hampered the fittingness in a couple of regards. The proceeded with nearness on the ground, capacity to shape and oversee compelling organization, and mix of administration accomplished, and in a few cases surpassed the objectives. UNICEF Yemen appears to have contacted the most defenseless. Thank you.